Who I should be live, actually. I know it's kind of strange for me to stream on StreamYards, considering that I don't usually do that. However, um, I'm still giving people the opportunity to actually go out their way to be more reachable within my streams, but I should be live. Yeah, okay. Um yeah, I am live. I should probably just announce this as well. Um Discord streams. Okay, there we go. I think considering that I don't think anybody's gonna be watching because everybody was fucking starving. Sorry. Everybody was starving for what has occurred in Senate. But nevertheless, I'm pretty sure there's already new screenshots being released, and I might as well showcase that after I make my reading of the document. But before I do that, I want to make sure the archives of the documents are still there. If not, okay, yeah, they're not. One of them is actually deleted. So is there a way I could center this? I don't think there's a way I can do that. Nonetheless, I don't think that matters. But how's chat doing? How's chat doing? Did I miss something? No, we're just getting started, actually. So buckle up your seatbelts. Let me showcase this real quick. Share screen. There you are. And let's do the announcement first because I want to cover that real quick. I also want to make sure that it's actually presentable. Yeah, that's good enough. The reason why I want to talk about this, even though despite everybody fucking covering it at this point because they're fucking starving, is mostly because I had my own personal experiences with Senate, and considering that multiple people, and I won't name names, but multiple people happened to from the Senate apologize for uh, having a toxic mindset when it comes to Senate and all. And again, I won't name names. However, some of the apologies are things that I will be covering in the Judgment Day series by myself from yours truly. And I'm pretty sure even I'm can attest to that. But let's actually read the announcement, considering that I have my own experiences with Lumi, and I know that I do have a grudge against him for the shit he has pulled. But let's actually read the announcement. Hello all, and adding everyone in Peanuts or Peanut Gallery. Um uh This is the last you'll be seeing of me and Senate in any associate circles. This may come as a surprise, but it's something that I've been thinking about for a while, and given how things are going now, I feel like it isn't right for me to stick around when I made my morals crystal clear. None of this is influenced by the claims coming out about Lio. None. It is my own it's my own experience, as well as a compilation of events after witnessing within Senate what happened with or without my knowledge. I cut off multiple people who acted like that way in the past, and it'll be absolutely hypocritical for me to keep Lio around, especially given the absolute flashbang the various older messages truly were. Definitely puts the call that's liked in this statement to a whole new perspective. It took a lot deep thinking and looked over what I've seen, and I'm not happy at all. Below, I have linked a more raw statement in relation on the matter, as well as a statement from Aaron on that he captured from the Senate server and the abuse they endured. Goodbye, everyone, and take care. And below is actually a link that is going to be shared for throughout the Senate. But the reason why I want to read this announcement, and I don't think anybody has covered this, but the reason why I want to cover that announcement, even though despite everybody covering it, is because Lyle actually did happen to delete it. And why speculate that nerf? Is that speculation? Well, jolly old good me, no, it is not, because despite Lumi making the announcement, and I'm going to compare screenshots so that you guys can get a perspective to what's going on. Let me open this real quick. Yes, LioConvoy deleted the announcement for Lumi, but let me compare those screenshots real quick. I knew I should have gotten prepared, but right below is Louis' announcement that is cut off for the purpose of showcasing. And this is Cosmic's comment on the situation. And no, this isn't the Cosmic that I covered in the video, in my channel at least. Hayes Cosmic and K Cosmic are two completely different people, if anybody's wondering. But let me showcase the deletion of the announcement so that you guys can also get a perspective to what is actually being occurrent. Okay, there we go. Let me just do that. All right. So you can see already there's a bunch of announcements being played out. Obviously the altercation of the time already starts playing out. The announcement's not there. And I said this to Enla, but Enla didn't even cover it at all, so kind of disappointed at that, but it's whatever. But yeah, no. The announcement that was made by Lumi is actually gone. Color me shock? I am not surprised. I am not surprised at all. Not only that, your average local Senate tards even disavowed the announcement by putting up middle finger emojis as their reaction to the announcement. Look at that. Won't you look at that? Classic Senate trying to deflect everything. Gotta love it. But nevertheless, I realized that the document that was made by Cosmic has been deleted. But good gracious me, I do have the archive of that. I archived every single call that was being shared by Hopeless Peaches, Lumi, and Cosmic, as well as the documents. So, and considering that, considering that Lumi has been making the announcement, I do want to cover that first before anything happens. Let me open different tabs of the documents so that I can read them one by one. Yeah, but first I'm going to cover off Luby Tro's document real quick, as I can share my screen real quick. There we go. Obviously, some of the links are deleted off due to privacy complaints. Well, this is post Raven call, but yeah. By reading off the announcement and the document, hello all. Actually, I'll highlight that because it's kind of weird perspective throughout the showcase. But hello all. This should come as a surprise to anyone, especially by continued breaks extending further and further. Why would we leaving the Senate? This is permanent. I ain't cutting myself clean from all things Senate in my time here. I've been pretty painfully blunt about my moral values, from the fact that I don't tolerate people making fun of people for shit they can't control. But apparently, my sense of control could be very much altered by Lumi. But that's safe for another video. From the fact I don't tolerate people making fun of people for shit they can't control, that age like milk, to the fact that I believe in change, you don't. But if you go back on that change, I won't tolerate that. The call that took place on the 22nd of February was my wake-up call to the fact that Lyle has not changed nearly as much as he claimed he had. Oh, you don't say. I already knew that way before February 28th or 22nd, whatever. I'll expand on this below. The call that took place on the of February was the Raven call. A call that's about 100 of you have witnessed. In that call, sorry, Lyle decided it was an excellent idea to play psychologist and try to figure out Raven's cognitive level. It was inappropriate, and as someone who has undergone tests for just that, something that's normal for those diagnosed in Ireland, I was confused. I poked Aaron in DMs about what to do, and they encouraged me to hop on to stop it. I did. But rather than outright stop it, I asked Lyle how driving was irrelevant to the line of questioning. But after I explained, he immediately shut me down. This is something Lyle would do very commonly back in the quote unquote good old days of Senate, and he did stop for a few months. Though there is still an attempt at breaking up my friendship with Aaron at that point. Sorry, Thomas. We're going stronger than ever thanks to you now. Um, the ball call linked in Aaron's dock and right here shows me snapping at him for cutting him off once again, only to back down when I realized that there is a risk of him blowing at me given his given his state. I was still worried about him back in, and I hope he listens to what I told him. Now you may be wondering, Lumi, why didn't you just talk to Io about this? Because he'll talk all nice and then end up doing fuck all. Like, damn. Should I be patting him on the back for what? Not constantly picking on a minor for being fucking ruined by constantly telling them that they're straight. Funny, because we had a bit of a repeat of that back in early 2023. I thought it was a moment of anger, but allies, no. Wow has been making awful comments towards said victims since 2021. You can still find those in the server. Easy example, using this since the specific minor isn't in the screenshot. Reading these screenshots. It's stupid. Of course, the dumb teenager can evaporate, but you dated a dude though. That discussion will happen on my way home in a few hours. Good to know. Thank you. Though, may I join now for the time being? Fida literally talked about about you getting his surname, you idiot, and you didn't reject it. Society pushed her to commit. I can hear you yelling. Indeed, very emotive. Damn. Very, very sensible there, but whatever. There are many things I could talk about, from his treatment of me since I joined Senate staff, the continued yelling, belating, and expectations for us to speak up and yell at whoever he was dealing with, regardless of whether or not we had anything of value to add on to the conversation. Something both Aaron and I have pushed against during our changes to the Senate, how he treats criticism, and generally the disgusting things he said in his original draft of the Jay and Jordan script. Hell, even the way he treated certain people. Elias, I genuinely lack the words to do so. Lucky for me, the other person goes over some of the awful shit Lyle has done in their own statements, so they can explain it better. Now, some of you may notice I have not deleted any channels, emails, roles, nothing. The only thing I removed from the Senate has been stickers that feature my art and Aaron's. You guys can keep Bible, bitch. That one's still funny. With that, this is a goodbye, yada yada. There's a lot more easy, accessible, minute examples of that kind of inappropriate behavior and channels that are still viewable by the public. I am disappointed, and as such, I am making my stance known. No amount of consideration will be able to excuse any of that. P.S. Asuka, I know what you've been saying about me. Go back to the peanuts about how you lied to my face about not leaking shit from my personal server. Or was that you thinking quote unquote logically? Um, just go trying to let you know that I'm aware of this due to multiple people telling me about this. Uh, what's funny about that announcement or that document, and especially near the ending, actually, is the constant fact that Ruby Tro kind of just backpedaled a little bit. Um, Let me find that screenshot real quick. Do 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 do. And what I mean by backpedaling, I'm talking about this specific screenshot that I will be able to share in the next 5 seconds. There we go. This is Lumi talking about the Jibs call that was not recorded, but published by Lumi. And considering that Jibs is kind of worked things out behind the scenes with Crystal Frame, and not like telling everyone to not tell or ask about their story. I don't think all that much matters anymore. But considering that I'll be reading these DMs, I feel like it's appropriate for me to discuss about that before I get into the reading. But Ruby Tro says, I removed it when I was brought to light, brought to my attention, and when I genuinely could, should have been publicized without speaking to Chibs. No, I acknowledge as much. Taking accountability, posting that it was wrong, and removing that video is the best that I can do beyond expending severe apologies. If Crystal thinks it's quote unquote pussy shit to do so, she's entitled to her opinion. That's fine. I made a statement. I should have checked. Well, here's the thing, actually, before I go on my way to cover. Lio actually publicized the initial call that he had with Lubitro, or what Lubitro posted. And I'm about to present that eventually, too. Here we go. This is just me using the search frame. This isn't Queen Seraphina's server, but sorry. In the Queen Seraphina's server, Lyle Man is trying to do damage control within the screenshots that is being shown right now. Saying I'll have to respond to this, but it's going to take time. And reading out previously, because I'm reading bottom to top, considering that it reads it's before the time to begin with. But adding Crystal Flame, whatever issues you need, and I may have, please watch out for Jibs. This is terrible, and sadly, there's not much context within that screenshot alone. But there's not a whole lot. Fuck. To be shown within those screenshots. However, we do know that at least Lyle had publicized the call and who the person was. Though that could be right after Chips even went to Beckett's stream to talk about it, but that's just speculation. Also, yes, I'm good. It's just my throat's a bit tanky. I might need to get water at the point at this point. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, I'm doing fine. If anybody's wondering, I just my throat is fucking dry right now, and I just woke up too, so that's awesome. Nonetheless, why am I getting multiple DMs? Oh my fucking god! Hold on. I'm sorry. I pretty much received a reported message. And I'm just asking them if I could showcase it in the stream. Um, come on, little silly goober. Okay. Well, they do that real quick. To give context to why I was freaking out, somebody sent me a screenshot of LioConvoy completely fucking mauling about people leaving his Senate. And this is probably huge for me, considering that one, Lio's a massive fucking hypocrite in that particular stance because oh nobody has heard my side yet. Well, you haven't heard mine either, Lio. What the fuck is that? What kind of fucking logic behind that is that? I don't fucking know. And two, when I did give you my side, you completely immediately shut it down. So has Lumi and Pizza. Get bent. Actually, get fucking bent. Okay, I can be able to shield this now. Give me a moment. There you are. So context. This is actually an Efron server. And the messages were cropped because I asked for the person to if I could showcase this. But this is an Efron server, and this is LioConvoy's alt account being in the server. And holy fuck. Uh, for those who cannot read, I'll read it for you. Love that people just automatically believe and run with it without even hearing my side. Neat. And to read the above screenshots that are being provided, this is about the Ruby Trail shit that's still out. If you want to see what I mean without that, uh, you gotta live by the sword, but you're also gonna die by the sword. It's the same shit that I said to Cass. Also, I think Fanboy Kuruto is banned, so let me see if I can do anything about that. Apparently, he's been hidden. Um, I don't know why that's the case, but uh, You guys can chat amongst yourselves while I try to find out who the fuck is doing that real quick. Let me stop sharing my screenshot real quick. Is it still Miku Month? Yes, it's still Miku Month. But no, let me find out who the fuck. I still don't know who. Fuck. How to unhide people on YouTube. Fuck off. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm being dumb. Apparently it's down here and down here. Oh, you are hidden. Okay, let me just do that real quick. There we go. Yeah, apparently you were headed from the channel, Kiruto. You should be fine now. I don't know who hit you, but it's whatever. I love the fact that I went offline for some months, and when I come back, there's so many shit going on. Skull emoji. I still don't even know about Lion and Peach's situation completely. Yeah, I don't. It's a Watu infested. I will say that. Um, a funny fact. I am also a Gemini, but astrology aside, let's continue. We're probably going to be recovering the Raven call. Actually, hold on. Let me present that because it's also in the video file. I'm probably gonna have to check which video file it is. Is it this one? Nope. That's the Frazu call. That's the Peaches call. Hold on. I want to make sure the start of the video. Okay, no. Let me find the thing real quick. Pulse Raven call. No. Oh, okay, I found it. VAQ. VAQ. The Senate is falling apart like a Titanic. Yes, I agree. Let me showcase the video. There we go. Let me know if the stream can hear it, because if not, that's fine. But let's see.
So Raven, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. I'm going to ask you some personal questions, okay?
All right.
Yeah, let me know if you guys can hear it.
All right. So you're on the spectrum, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. When you were given your diagnosis, what was exactly the diagnosis?
The diagnosis was
All
Okay,
good.
what does that mean?
Perfect.
it means that
Okay. Do you live with your parents, right? Okay, so both your parents, are they your guardians? Do they take care of all your business and whatnot, or do you? Okay, that's not what I asked.
What? But what? That's not what I'm pretty sure this is cut. If it is, let me know, Luby, if you're probably watching this. It's probably cut off.
What I mean is, can you say sign for car insurance? Are you permitted to get a loan? Are you able to join the military if you wanted to, or would you need your parents' permission to do these things?
Okay, that's way too fucking personal. Right off the bat, this is way too fucking personal. Questioning going on. Even I wouldn't go on my way to ask multiple questions that are related to your personal life because it's none of my fucking business. So right off the bat, he asks if somebody has the a permit and to joining the military, and that to me kind of screams, you know what? I might compare that to how you behave while you're on the spectrum, and that basically means almost fuck nothing um, about the situation. And noticing that there's not a whole lot going on within this call, that is apparently 100+ people in it. Let's continue though.
Okay, if you were to sign for a loan, would your parents need to sign for it as well, or just
Yeah, that's too fucking personal right off the bat. Because LioConvoy is trying to ask uh minimalized questions to gather the thought that they're on the spectrum when there's no fucking need to do that. Absolute nothing to do with that.
you? Might be or would be, because there's a difference there.
Yeah, because LioConvoy is convicting people for not being able to take care of themselves, and that is probably a red flag that nobody has happened to notice throughout the commentary. Also, I've noticed my internet is kind of fucking fucky right now. Let me know if chat can capture what is going on. If not, that sucks.
Tells me your parents probably do have some form of control over you because you are on the spectrum. Do you have a driver's license? Why do you not?
Yeah, he's flat out asking personal questions when there's no need to do that. Just say if they are on the spectrum or not. It's okay, Lio.
Not have a driver's license? Okay, my question is why though? Why did you not do that?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. It just cut it off. That's good. That's good.
Okay,
Excuse me.
I'm not going to go further on that. I'm asking for a reason, Lumi, before you interrupt.
I was going to ask what the relevance of being able to drive was.
I told you I'm asking that for a reason. Can
Alright.
you please let me work here? Thank you. I'm asking you these questions because I'm trying to determine as best I can where you are mentally, because I know even with high functioning autism, sometimes their brain is closer to the cognition of a child.
Okay, you can ask that without having to ask about their driver's license. granted, it's not that fucking terrible to give it understanding to what is being happening throughout the call, whether or not the person has high functioning autism or low functioning autism. You can ask that without having to specify whether or not somebody's on the spectrum and not able to actually do things that contribute to society. There's no fucking need to do that.
Brain is closer to the cognition of a child.
So I need you to be honest with me. At any point, did any doctor tell you that you have cognition at a certain age or that your mind is at a certain age specifically?
Oh my god. Lyle, there's better ways to ask somebody whether it grasps for you to understand someone. Well, is that the voice? Probably a voice alter that Lumi did. I don't know.
Okay, I'm just jumping in right now. I've muted Lio and I'm gonna talk and then I'm gonna go. Cause I have a few more minutes. I was listening in. Questions are too personal, irrelevant. It doesn't matter. You don't need to answer.
I don't think it
anything about them
matters.
to Raven.
Hold on. I don't think it matters. Peaches. That is not the interpretation she's saying here. The only thing that is completely just not that in general is that being weaponized by LioConvoy. He's trying to seem like he's understanding and presentable throughout the call. But he knows that he's going to be able to weaponize that against them later on. That's why LioConvoy is wordily asking these questions to begin with. To use that as a tool of weaponcy. It's not that it's irrelevant. It's damaging.
Because at the end of the day, we're strangers on the internet. So I'm gonna lay some ground rules for this call. It doesn't matter. Raven's here talking. You're not yelling or shouting at anyone. You're here to listen to people. So, therefore, I say the best course of action is for a call is to just lay out what was wrong with the actions, and give an explanation on how best to avoid this kind of situation in the future. Does everyone agree with that?
Oh, that's fucking rich. I'm sorry. That's actually fucking rich. How the fuck do you actually expect this call to be cordial if the only thing that you happen to showcase within this call compared to the other calls is you being drunk and berating a mentally handicapped disabled female? While being drunk and being reckless about it. Granted, this is the call that happened, I'm pretty sure, even February of 2023, I believe, from what is being shown in the document. However, that's not changed the time distance that has been occurring throughout the Senate. They have been doing this since my call that happened in June. They haven't changed at all. No one has. They're just backstabbing each other for the sake of backstabbing. They want to save themselves. Every single one of these people want to actually save themselves. They don't care about each other. If I remember, this happened in the 22nd of 2024. Thank you for that. by the way. Thank you for correcting me on that. But it still doesn't change my point. But let's continue.
I agree with this. Also, Aaron, Lio stepped down from the stage.
There we go. I'm your old man. Lyle,
Here.
I just... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh wait, this is a completely different call. This is probably one of the calls that have been occurring for the mod chat. Hold on. I saw the comment that is pretty not pretty distasteful, but more so misunderstanding what's going on. By reading it off, he could have just asked RG on the spec. Oh wait, no, okay, I read that incorrectly. My bad. I thought you were just like assuming that LioConvoy was just asking whether or not they are on the spectrum and diagnosed as such. But there are so many different ways to say that without having to ask personal questions at the end of the day. But as we showcasing right now, when we went back actually a little bit here, Lio is being a buttercup right now. he's being a complete sponge and absorbing everything throughout this call. He's basically baby raging. But let's continue.
Down from the stage.
And he even left the stage too. Because he feels embarrassed. Oh no.
I'm your old man.
He feels embarrassed.
Lyle, I just... Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Right, I don't want to come in here, like, angry. I don't want to come in here yelling. But I personally think it was going a bit too far. Like,
You know, it's very obvious to me that my thought processes aren't trusted here. I'm just going to say that outright.
It's not about trust. It is not
No,
about
stop,
trust at all.
Stop.
Are you cutting me off
No,
again?
go ahead. I'm not trying to, Lumi. I'm trying to explain my thought process here.
Yeah, but like...
Okay.
Hold on, Hidden. You don't let me finish what I'm saying, and then you're cutting me off again?
Lyle's baby
I
raging.
just said that I don't think I'm trusted, and I was trying to expand, and you interjected. I was just trying to finish my thought.
Alright, in that case, I'll apologize. I'll back away, but... We do trust you. We do. If we didn't, we wouldn't be so open to tell you if you have a problem with something.
And one other person you have had, or anybody else here, is muted in the middle of a gallery call in front of 100 people.
Would you prefer I kept my mouth shut and let that continue?
What I would prefer is to be treated with some civility, because frankly,
What civility? Okay, hold on. What civility are you talking about in this particular case? There's no civility. It's just you asking way too personal questions that have nothing to do with you being in the spectrum. Lyle's baby raging for the sake of baby raging.
In danger was treated with more civility than I was in that call.
How so? Because I told you that you were going too
I'll
far
expand.
with something? Go on.
You did not come in and say I was going too far. You came in and asked for the relevancy, which I was trying to state. And then Aaron comes in, server mutes me, embarrasses me in front of 100-something people.
Embarrasses you.
Because Aaron's been micromanaging me for the past 3 days.
Micromanaging. Oh my god. That's funny. He doesn't have enough tar wranglers to wrangle him. That's why he cut off Coyote Lovely. Is that why he's fucking mad about me shit posting about him? Is that why? Bro, what calls this? This is the this is one of the post-Raven calls that that Lyle had, and that Lumi is calling such degeneracy that is happening in the Senate.
Now because they're scared, and apparently I'm a screw up. So that's what they do.
Splunky, what the fuck are you doing here? Splunky, you better give me a good reason to why you are here. Well, that is happening. I will continue playing. Splunky, if you are in Fox Mafia, you basically already made your bed. But continuing.
Managing.
Have been away from this drama in like 6 months. No idea what's going on. I don't believe you. But it's whatever. I'll let you stay around and chat.
I wouldn't call it micromanaging personally, because I do not see the relevance of being.
I know, I'm breaking up.
No. Look, I wanna. Okay, relevance, right? How is being able to drive a car relevant to being cognizant and being able to understand things? How is that a sign of it?
I literally you in a call.
Roboting.
You are breaking up and I cannot understand you.
In that call, heard what I was trying to do. You're gonna have to tell me.
Yeah, I can hear you better now. I genuinely could not hear you, and I want to have this conversation and make it as productive as possible, so I do need to understand you to be able to have that conversation.
I know. I'm not blaming you for my connection issues. That would be really stupid. I explained in plain English in that call
Plain
why I was going
English.
that direction.
English.
I made it abundantly clear why I was.
Roll
And
the R,
instead of that being
gringo.
respected and understood, I had somebody come in the call, talk down to me, server mute me, and treat me like a child again. I am sick and tired of being told how I'm trusted when I clearly am not.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Okay, but like, because you're trusted doesn't mean you're not going to be corrected if you do something that somebody
Okay, Captain Condescending. Oh my god.
else thinks is wrong.
There's a difference between correction and intentionally embarrassing somebody in front of 100+ people.
That was not the intention, and we both know it.
I don't know, Lumi. We don't both know it. No, we don't.
I do.
We don't know that.
I
and
do.
I could give you my thought process, but your mind's made up, so I'm not going to.
Okay, but just for a second, I just want to bring this up because I think it's important. The reason that these questions were stopped, because we all understand the intention. That's not the problem. The intention was you wanted to figure out how much their autism is affecting their ability to make decisions. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Like the baseline of those questions are absolutely okay. The problem is, the further you went on, you started asking questions that have incredibly bad implications.
Hold on, actually, good point, damn. Were you embarrassed by Ponder? Hold on, let me showcase your comment first. No, this one. Do you got upset that Ponder embarrassed you in the call with Rosa? Is that what that is, Lyle? Is that what that is? You embarrassed me in front of 100+ people! Wah. Eat a shotgun.
I'm fucking tired. We're using my phone speaker. Whatever.
That works. Go for it.
Okay, so my point was being that when you ask these questions, the implication behind these questions gives people the wrong idea. Asking something like, "Do you have a driver's license?" and then getting the answer no, and then going, "But why?" gives people the implication that since you're asking whether or not they're able to or since you're asking to determine whether or not they can function properly, basically with that question, what you're saying is, oh, if you don't have a driver's license and you can't drive, you're unable to function.
So instead
Go
of
ahead.
DMing me and asking me to check my DMs, that happens. None of you would have done that for anybody else.
Oh, Lio, no. I can attest to that. Let me showcase my Discord DMs. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I have you still on my DMs. Hold on. Um. As Rodeo, Lumi. Hey, hold on. Wait, no. Fuck. Wait, hold on. Did all my DMs with Lio disappeared? Fuck. No. Rip. God damn it. Oh well. But I was gonna say real quick, fuck. Lio, like, constantly tried to call somebody within the moderation crew, and he can actually contest. I can actually contest that LioConvoy on his alt account has always been pretty commutative throughout his mobile alt account. And the funniest part about that is, in the last few seconds that has been played, he fucking lies completely about not receiving certain messages. I can attest to that. Lyle's a fucking liar at that point. Jesus Christ. With Lyle Peaches, it's like that saying in Simba. You mean Lion King? Yes.
Nobody would have hopped on that call and server muted me and embarrassed me for
Oh,
anybody
I feel
else.
embarrassed.
None of you would have done that to Aaron. None of you would have done that to Lumi.
Oh, no. You do not get to say that about me because we both know Aaron would have server muted me. Aaron would be chewing me out right now if I had pulled anything like that. Aaron's a lot harder on me than you think.
I didn't
Oh,
say
why did you go hard on me then
anybody
in the call?
without Aaron. My point was, it wouldn't have happened with the rest of you.
It would have.
No, I don't think it would.
Yes, if any of us had done the same, the treatment would be exactly the same. If I disagree with anyone on staff, I'm happy to DM them and tell them. But if it's happening in the moment, and when I poke it, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what the relevance of this is, hey, implying, hey, we should stop it here, and you continue, like, hey, no offense, I can't exactly blame Aaron if the conclusion they came to was, okay, he's not gonna stop, I might have to server mute him.
So why are you communicating with Pizza then, Lumi? He knows he's a fucking liar. You know that. Why do you hang around and stick with Pizza? You know he's a fraudulent liar. You know that. I'm giving you a chance to concede on the bullshit that's being presented. Multiple people in DMs from Senate have apologized for me for faking shit just to call me out. I'm not gonna name names, but I do have the logs for that. I'm giving you a chance. to concede on that before I track all of you, Luby, Pizza, and fucking Lio into the dirt. I'm giving every single one of you a fucking chance. To back off. I'm not fucking happy. I'm really not. Because unlike you, I actually have a fucking backbone to pick on. And for a good cause. I'm not fucking happy with either of you in this call. Not even the Twink mod that's in there. Concede and fuck off.
Because I was explaining the reasoning for it. And instead of Aaron coming in and saying, check your messages or anything like that, that happens. And no, I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about the intention there because Aaron has absolutely intentionally embarrassed me before, and I know why. You may not believe it, but I do.
Guess I have more trust in Aaron than you then. Because I know that Aaron's not the
Thank
type
you
to
for the
go
back-
around fucking
Thank
publicly.
you for the backhanded insult. I appreciate that.
Damn, thanks for cutting me off again.
I apologize.
Making a new habit of it? Because you've been doing that again recently. Think I haven't noticed? Think people haven't pointed it out to me?
You think I'm doing it intentionally?
Somehow
Quit your stupid fucking LARP talk. It's pissed me off.
it only happens to me.
If I may, I will say this, that Lumi did, like, I jumped in call with Lumi after that call happened, and Lumi was very open with me about things I did wrong in that call. It's not just criticism of you, it's, like, Lumi is very upfront with anyone else, and just did the same for me literally, like, 10, 15 minutes ago.
I ended the stage so we wouldn't drag it on either. Because I knew that if I ended the stage sooner, we'd be able to get into the call faster and we'd be able to talk about it.
Problem isn't criticism. The problem is how it was handled. Because if I had done that to Aaron, there would be a complete meltdown I'd be dealing with right now. We both know that. That's why I left the call altogether. Because if I'm not going to be respected, if I'm not going to genuinely be trusted, and let's be clear here, I wasn't, then why am I there?
Oh my god. Is that fucking why your baby rage at literally everything after Coyote Lovely's downfall? And then you give that credit to Pizza when Pizza didn't barely do shit publicly? I fucking sniped Coyote Lovely's ass, dude. And you want to sit there and morally grandstand of you doing something about Coyote Lovely and withholding information that's been withheld for 8 fucking months since Gilded Pooh uploaded his video. Now, granted, me and Gilded Pooh had different reasons as to why I was going after Coyote Lovely, and he also was going after fucking Coyote Lovely. For me, I was a one-man army at the time. I knew that fucking Coyote Lovely was suspicious as fuck. But I didn't have the gratitude of evidence that I wanted to have at the time. Only just screenshots. Why did it take you this fucking long to actually do something about Coyote Lovely? Until me and Cedric had to make a fucking Kiwi Farms account over it. Why did it take you this fucking long? Even when provided the information. And I can say it's the same thing about Cass too. Cass fucking knew. way long before that, and you showcased that as you put it out in the LioConvoy call that I'll be sharing throughout my series. You're a fucking liar. You want to withhold information just for the sake of saving your credibility. You don't fucking care about anybody. I'm sorry for getting pissed off. It's a lot right now.
And if Susie comes to me now and says that she doesn't want to do this in Senate anymore because of that call, I wouldn't even blame her.
Oh, that's going to contradict later, by the way.
Aaron is stressed and gun shy because of the Rosa call circulating. So he has been overcorrecting, and he has been needling me and micromanaging everything I say and do publicly for the past few days now. It's why I was accused of defending the Rosa call when my text literally.
Oh yeah, speaking of this individual right here that's being showcased right now, they already want to. This individual, called whatever, and yes, that's their username. I'm not saying that as their message. It's whatever. Whatever came in Senate. To ask about their side about the Rosa call, while they were in Endless server at the time, and this kind of resulted in that being showcased. And we kind of already knew this way beforehand with the screenshot that has been provided in Endless server. But that person got banned off over my transphobia. And I remember that Coyote kept going on Rosa about priorities. Yet Lionel Cass never did anything about Coyote when he started dating Hypnus Sappho. Well, yes and no. Cass actually withheld the recording of Pizza of the Coyote Lovely Op from us before it went to shit. And me and Cedric were making the Kiwi Farms thread during that time, and Cass gave us the recording of that initial snippet that Pizza showcased. And me and Cedric were the only people that were calling out Coyote Lovely and Kiwi Farms, despite the evidence that's being showcased. When Pizza contacted Cass to do the work for him. But the thing is with Cass wants to beat the final blow of all of that. Cass is an egomaniac. He doesn't want to take accountability. So I'm giving myself the pat on the back for that, for bringing this publicly. So does Cedric. Even though I disagree with a lot of things Cedric has done. Gilded Pooh should be credited for the Coyote shit. I should be credited for the Coyote shit. Fucking Cedric should be credited for the Coyote situation. Pizza, maybe. But that's because he withheld that info by sharing it to Cass and not publicly. But it's whatever. I went after Coyote Lovely for a completely different reason, and it's not the Sappho op. It was because I was speculating at the time that Coyote shipped minors to Susatus to cure their paraphilia. I was speculating that the entire time, and I was right. He flat out fucking admitted it in LioConvoy's server. And then LioConvoy ragged on him for that. Let's continue.
Really said the exact opposite and accused of ableism because Aaron is overcorrecting.
No, okay, hold on.
That call,
Okay, hold on.
that call should not have been a kumbaya call. It should not have been a let's go ahead and hold your hand, or even do what they were doing. They were cognizant.
Oh my God,
The reason
Sonny.
why I went so hard on the driving thing was to determine whether or not she was lying to me about her guardianship, because we've already dealt with people who have done that before. And I already caught her in 2 lies
Oh,
previously.
hold on. Gotta hide this. There we go.
It wasn't to devalue whether or not people drive. I couldn't care less. It was to find out if she was lying about the reason.
Lio. Rosa did have any moderation perms. It doesn't fucking matter to why about racing if they can't fucking do shit about it. Granted, Rosa did actually have mods, mod perms, but Nekopon was also a mod, way above fucking Rosa Ray Ramsey. Granted, Rosa may have lied, but it doesn't change the fact that Rosa couldn't do shit. Because Nekopon was also a mod. Rosa fucking lied. But it doesn't fucking matter. Because Rosa couldn't do shit about it. Yeah, she can only delete the messages, Sage. And then also Nekopon was a mod that can had more mod permissions because they have 5 different fucking roles that indicate the mod status of each quote unquote level, because one mod role isn't apparently fucking enough. And Start Child Production is that fucking autistic. Well, let's continue.
How does driving fall into that? How? Explain it to me so it can make sense beyond, frankly, coming across as just coming out of nowhere. Explain it to me then.
Because there's a lot of people on the spectrum that I have dealt with who have tried to get driver's license and their parents put a stop to it because they are on the spectrum.
No, Lyle, no. That is not the fucking case at all. It has a gratitude of a spectrum depending on what spectrum we have. That's why it's called a spectrum. You don't just say, oh, well, they are on the spectrum, so that means they can't have driver licenses. In fact, you don't even need to be on the spectrum to not have it, but more so getting a driver's license. Even for me, for example, I don't get a driver's license because I get easily paranoid. And that's why I ride my bike in and out to work. It's fucking weird. It really is.
And because they have legal guardianship, they are capable of doing so. That's why.
But would that person even know that that's why it was put to a stop to? If they're a guardian? If there's
Yeah.
guardianship on them?
Yeah, they would. They would know. You kind of have to be pretty blunt about that. And if Raven can do commentaries, they can put 2 and 2 together to that point.
Nope. Because Wild completely brushed that off. Oh shit, the video's over. How do I unpercent the video? Remove from stage. There we go. Remove from studio. Alright. Well, that's the part of the a part of the call that's being showcased. So next up, we're gonna go over the cosmic document. Let me showcase that real quick. Copy. Cosmic, bye-bye. There we go. Hello, this is Cosmic, and I'm also leaving. I want to say that I am not saying / doing this because of what Jay, Jordan, Kumo, etc. are saying. This is all me. There is a call that I have been heavily referencing in this statement that I encourage everyone to listen to. I say this now because I know this is a lot to read. Oh. Wait. Oh shit, they publicized it again. Okay, so this is the Jordan call. Not Jordan call, the Jibs call that Lyle publicized. So since I'm not, I will say this. I will not be covering the Jibs shit out of due respect, because it's not my place to talk about it. However, if you want to get insight to that alone, I recommend watching Cope and Steve's stream on it, which I will link in a sec here. I will link it in the chat for anybody who is curious. Cope and Steve stream. There you are. All right. Let me just do this real quick. There we go. For anybody who is curious about it, the link is right there. Anyways, going back to the document. There we go. All right. Also, before I talk about my experience of being a mod, I just want to say on the record that the Rosa call was disgusting. I just said this humbly. I don't tolerate ableism through Signal, and I am tired of people trying to defend that call, staff included. If you defend the actions of the people who were treating Rosa like shit during that call, you need to take a long look of yourself in the mirror and ask yourself if you truly care about disabled people. Fuji Signal 101. There's also a big difference between holding Rosa accountable for her actions and the conduct of people within the call. You yourself have said that some of your calls where you berate other people start to feel like you're just raging on a disabled person. Reflect on that. On the other hand, wait, hold on. I thought you said that this is all you, but I happen to post a Rosa call. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Whatever. On the other hand, I am also so incredibly tired of people tracking the calls back to the open after use just for a gotcha. You guys ain't saints either. The call should absolutely be looked at critically, but some of you are using ableism as a tool to push a narrative. Not really. I don't know if they're talking about me, but whatever. But no. When I became a mod, I already had an idea of what I was getting into. I was informed of Lyle's past actions, but was told that he was making significant changes to himself. So I went through with it because I believe people can grow and change. From the first mod call I was in, I saw significant issues in Lyle's leadership and the culture of the room. And for as much as Lyle says he accepts criticism, he doesn't. In fact, he prefers criticism to be handled at DMs privately, but he doesn't change his behavior. With one stipulation, Lyle does not change unless Aaron's brute forces him to doing so. Yeah. I can kind of agree to that, maybe. I don't know. I can't say much. I don't know the full extent of the issue until I was back behind the scenes. I thought, as I'm sure many other people, other peanuts do, that while we constructed Senate for its own valuation for the good of the server after the Rosa call, but it took months. Aaron and Aiden left Senate because of his lack of change. Aaron posted an ultimatum to him that they would cut contact unless Lyle made changes to Senate. He agreed, and Aaron and Aiden made all the changes. Lyle, your morals should be determined by what you know. What I'm just gonna skip through. Who the fuck cares? Yeah. I listened to the call with call with yeah, I thought so. I'm not covering that. Um but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's nothing in that document. It's just a massive future signal. Actually, you know what? Yeah, you're fucking banned. I had enough of you. And for those who are wondering, I banned Purple Scarred Man. I'm pretty sure he's an attention seeker. I want to join. I can do wild voiceovers. After all, we are goofy goobers. Alright, hold on. Let me give you the StreamYards link. I might as well. But I banned Purple because they are a attention seeker. And I don't like attention seekers in chat. If you're gonna say stupid shit, don't say it publicly. They did this in endless chat, and I'm not having it. I'm sorry. But here's fanboy Kiruto in the chat.
Hello.
Oh god, you fucking scared me. Hello.
Sorry. And I do want to say that the Senate is autistic, and they should be ashamed.
Burn him with the fucking parasites that they called the Senate. What I find funny about the Senate, well, not necessarily the Senate, but what I find funny about the document is that Lumitro made a completely replica of the Senate called the Supreme Court. But I'm too supreme for that shit.
Yeah, and I'm too supreme being a goober.
True. But pretty sure this is the last document. Yeah, it is. Okay, so this is the document by Peaches, and I've been saving this for a while because Peaches is the main character of this.
Oh boy.
As much as I don't want to admit it, but as much as I don't want to admit it, Hopeless Peaches is actually the main character of this.
All right, I think I can do the British. And
yes.
forgive me for this, but hello, this is Hopeless Peaches, and this is the last time you'll hear from me. First of all, I want to again apologize for my part in the Rosicle in 2022. I wanted to state so earlier, but everything else that part on since made me shut down, and well, here we are. If you've been in Senate for a while, you know the Rosicle, and that I have regretted that call daily and generally done what I can to change this server so that it can never happen again. I don't know what happened for me to be so out of character as to allow that, let alone join in. but it doesn't erase that call, though, and that's why I pushed myself. But I can't push myself for Senate anymore.
And the sad part about this too is considering Peaches, even in this scenario, has a backbone of some sort to moderate Lio in his target ranking.
I mean, it could even explain that why Peaches could not even grow a backbone because she has none.
Yeah, and the thing is too, for anybody who is wondering why the fuck is Kirito here, I did ask him. I hope you don't mind me leaking this, but they were aligning guilt by association, to the whole like Tommy House shit. Like, why are you being platformed by this person? And I'm like, I couldn't really care less, to be honest with you. And to be honest, I did talk to Tommy about the lolicon shit, and I kind of don't like that interview all that much because I disagree with his take on lolicon as a whole. But
Yeah.
I did ask fanboy Karuto about it too, and he's like, yeah, it's just a guilt by association shit.
Yeah, exactly. He just like to play that. Like every single time. He just goes like, play the guilt by association card, whenever I am like around with Carmen. Even Carmen's thing has nothing to do with me. Even when I said it, he still plays that card.
What's your
'Cause
opinion on Carmen Rider though?
I think Carmen is actually a good person, not because not because of like the Septipaw situation, but I say that because she's a friend.
And what do you think about their take on lolicon?
It's not my cup of tea, to be quite honest with you.
Um, do you enable that behavior?
No.
Okay. I was just asking because I don't think you're the type of person to defend lolicon at all.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? When you hang around these kind of people, and I'm not saying that you're bad or anything, but you are kind of just portraying light into the person just by communicating with them. I'm not trying to pull the go by association shit because I don't think you are lolicon at all, but it can pretty much damage your credibility later on down the line. That's just my advice.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay,
I got no
you can-
arguments about that.
Yeah.
The reason I'm leaving Senate and why I have purged all my social media is to get away from LioConvoy and to find myself again. What is that? You find your backbone even after you lost it?
I mean, to be fair here, I'm just giving you advice because I don't think you're a bad person.
E.
And it is a consideration too, in case if you want to do anything about that. It's not my choice.
And I understand that.
Okay, go on.
I used to say that I had been abused online for 10 years straight, but it has taken me a long time to realize the abuse didn't stop. And to say to myself that, I'm not going to say the name, is an abuser. It's scary to admit it, but I feel it's true. He isn't a child predator that I'm aware of, as some people have claimed. But that doesn't mean he's some savior of the innocent either. Not gonna say the name. Is a man who has taken in vulnerable people, most he knew as minors, who have trauma relating to sexual abuse by older men to fulfill his fantasy of a perfect family, or as I would say, the DDLG.
Oh my
All of
fucking
them.
god! Not in this stream, please. Not in this stream. Not in
all
this
of
stream.
all of us have been sexually abused by older parental figures. Jordan, Jay, Opal, and myself. My groomer posed the same family dynamic. Recently, I have found out that Tommy tried to push two other young, barely legal AFABs, who are assigned female at birth, by the way, if you guys don't know, who were specifically groomed by Joshua Vita, Laios' ex-friend, into this dynamic too. They treated them like shit when they refused. All of us AFAB, and all of us with deep-rooted trauma that made us susceptible to further abuse. Lawyer used that to his advantage to play house, and if you didn't act how he wanted you to, he would verbally and mentally beat you down into a poop. This is a pattern, and I didn't see it until now.
Nothing to say about that. I'm just gonna say I'm not surprised.
Me neither. Like, I mean, for some people that said, I told you so, or called it.
I mean, that was my first speculation of that. And I'm not surprised.
In mid-late 2022, I just had separated from an abusive partner and was still coming to terms with the abuse I faced IRL and online. Maybe because your parents did not want you or had anything to do with you. Which is when I started talking to Lio properly. He seemed nice at first, but after a series slide attempt that resulted in my hospitalization, I had age regressed in the aftermath. Lio pushed the idea of family onto me while I was in a vulnerable state. And when I woke up to being in this family, I didn't know how to set that boundary again and say no. That was on me. However, how Lyle treated me the moment I was in that family is not on me, and it's taken me too long to recognize that. For 8 months, Lyle would verbally and emotionally abuse me. Oh, like the same way where Septipaws did to me. He would use my triggers against me to push me into a regress state that would scream at me about my own abuse. He would tell me how I must be an abuse apologist because I doubted my grooming experience and made extremely graphic and sexual comments about the abuse Jordan and Opal went through while I was age regressing and begging him to stop, as some sadistic way of making the point of what real abuse is. I have no recorded proof of this, but this week I realized during my social media purge that I do have evidence of this behavior. On the 28th of February 2023, Thomas and the old Senate mods had a call with an 18-year-old victim of Joshua Vita, who will have their identity protected due to the comments made by Lio being too disgusting to ever want to be forever tied to this person. Linked call.
Linked call. You want to just get over that first before we read the entirety of the document, or
Yeah.
okay, let's read the document.
By accident, in verifying information about another young individual Lio was weird with, Lumi stumbled upon even further evidence of Lio, 35 to 36 at the time, berating and slut-shaming the victim in his call, 16 to 17 at the time, as well as mocking and dismissing their sexuality, because they were abused by a man.
They were talking about Jibs.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of fucked up. Anyway, this is still publicly accessible in the server. This behavior is proven in this code to not have changed. Due to Liar's continuous homophobic and slut-shaming comments. If this is how he would treat victims in front of other people, I hope you can understand. Even in some small way, he would treat me for 8 months straight behind the scenes. When he can and has lied about the severity of what he did to me, how this victim was treated was disgusting, and I can assure it was not a one-time thing. LioConvoy keeps stating that he has changed since the Rosa Call in 2022.
It was not
While-
2022. It was
Yeah, it's not.
2023.
It's literally 2023. How can this bitch not know?
Oh
I
my
just don't
God.
understand.
Go on.
Like it's literally in 2023 that Dib Rose posted before Dib got outed.
Well, here's the thing. Deb Rose actually recorded the call near the end of January, but people were speculating that the call uploaded at the same day, which no. It was withheld until February. I believe it was the 28th. I think.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. Like actually really weird.
Yeah. But go on.
While lying behind the scenes and pretending to work me and Lumi did to restructure the Senate was on him alone, despite the fact Lumi and I left Senate for a while because of Lio's lack of accountability and refusal to let us put changes into place. We came back because we thought Lio changed and generally wanted to have a better place for people. I hate to break this to you, Peaches, but Lio is not gonna change. I mean, just like I said in the interview, he's gonna like nonstop manipulate people until Lio has complete control of your brain and do the internet fighting for him. That's what he does.
I mean, technically, he's playing well with me right now.
Yeah, pretty much. Like literally, pretty much.
And I
So
showcased
later-
that.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
To later find out he only placated us because he ran out of mods. You mean like only one mod in the Senate right now?
And that's Efron, I believe. The vocal retard of the Senate. The last regaining the fucking Senate, dude.
Actually, Lio did nothing wrong, and I will explain why.
Oh wait, no. I'm pretty sure that was Hayden. Never mind.
Well, that's
Hayden
even
was
worse.
Hayden was the only Senate mod left.
Yeah,
I
and
believe.
if you guys do not know about Hiden Mitsuru,
No, not Hayden Mitsuru. Hayden, sorry.
Oh, Hidden, my bad.
Yeah.
All right.
He was a
Lio
mod.
would say-
Efron was a mod at one point, though.
Yeah,
I don't know what happened.
me neither. But it does get me to know more about it.
Yeah.
Lio would say he wanted mods who would hold him accountable, but when I called him out for his continued ableism towards Rosa in February 2024, he snapped at me, and K Cosmic, not Hayes Cosmic, but different Cosmic, had
Yeah.
to step in and stop him from yelling at me, only for him to then pull me into a private call and yell at me there instead. On 22nd of February 2024, Lio had a call with a person called Raven, also known as Raven Pines, from the RCC and was aggressive from the get-go, despite Raven being civil with him. Tom then chose to, by his own admission, assess their cognitive ability in front of 100 people. I asked him to stop. Lumi tried to make him stop. And Lio kept going, which made me have to serve and mute him. And he proceeded to get enraged at the mod staff linked to call, and then came at me with only aggression about it when he heard from his wife that I was in distress and suicidal.
Suicidal. Sorry.
I'm trying to censor it.
Yeah, you're good.
LioConvoy has pushed me to the point of self-harm and suicidal, even up to present day. I thought it was only me who was being affected, so I bottled it up. I wasn't always treated like shit, so I convinced myself it was fine. I was told to get over being sexually abused. Oh my god. Only a couple months after it happened, when I was still dealing with the PTSD flashbacks of it. I was told I let my groomer get to other people because I didn't realize what he did to me until I was 21 years old and lost his information. For Lio to then backtrack when I told other people what he said and pretend it never happened. Recalling how he spoke to that victim in 2023, how he would use that same language against me for 8 months straight. How he defended Kumo pushing the girl to self-harm in February 22nd, 2023.
Okay, this is the perfect time for me to pause. What actually happened throughout that group chat is that Kumo was put into different group chats of this one individual named Asuka, not the mods Asuka, but Asuka.
Asta?
Yeah, Asta. Yeah, Asta. Thank you. Asta was influencing Kumo by adding him into different group chats of other people who are also self-harming. And even Kumo tried to stop this girl from cutting herself multiple times throughout different group chats of Kumo just partaking in self-harm. Kumo was wordly pushed, not necessarily pushed, but more so happened to stumble across this individual.
Yeah, in other words, Asta lied about Kumo.
Yeah, that's the long-winded way of saying that Asta wordly lied about Kumo. He did not force anybody to cut themselves at all, or pushing a girl to self-harm. That's fucked.
Yeah, it's literally fucked up.
I hate virtue signaling, but to word it as if, because Peaches at one point was like, yeah, Kuma was forcing a girl, but then later on in this document exactly was saying that he was pushing a girl to self-harm, which tells me that Peaches cannot be fucking consistent of what Kuma has done without providing anything that's worth substance.
Yeah, and speaking of Peaches not being consistent, do you know about the that Peaches thought that Rabbit is threatening to dox Kai Weiss?
I heard about that through Enla.
Yeah, because apparently, yeah, Peaches is only at fault for that.
Because Peaches loves to distribute everything that's being withheld if Peaches doesn't like that said person. Because she did that she did the exact same shit to me, as well as Pizza.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
But go on.
how he treated my friends, and recently how he has been using ableist language to justify the Rosa call and to justify embarrassing Raven. That's actually kind of rich considering that you, Peaches, yourself have literally called Rosa a slut hole of nightmares and said the R word in that call for 4 hours straight.
Well, Mal.
I realize I cannot be his lightning rod anymore. Well, good. You'll no longer be a part of his left hand.
Okay, not in this dream, please. This is your last warning, by the way.
Sorry about that.
You're good.
After that point, I distanced myself from LioConvoy. Since re-watching the recording of the call, I made to protect myself after warnings from the mods. It made me reflect on how I've been treated for these past 2 years. I thought I could collect myself and understand how best to cut him off softly in a way he wouldn't blow up. But seems even just staying within the group of friends away from Senate and LioConvoy was too much for him. I found out Lio had been going around to commentary channels before and after this point saying his own outrageous beliefs and passing them off as mine, claiming he solely changed Senate after the Rosa call despite me being yelled at and belittled for months after that call, whenever I begged him to restructure the server. And creepiest of all, to me, he pretended him and I were still close and familial. We haven't been family for a while. But Lio would refuse to give me that space and made me feel unsafe correcting that. Lio didn't want the public to know he mistreated yet another family member. I have so much regret for not seeing through his persona sooner. I always brushed it off as it just been an issue with me, and that I deserve everything I got, especially with how Loyal would seem genuinely nice whenever he wasn't being questioned. When the call in February 2023 happened, I was shaken to my core and regressed and forgot most of everything, including the fact I was the one who had the recording. I'm sorry. I feel stupid, honestly. I would go to such extremes to make me feel unsafe, and that I had to be around in the first 8 months. My known suicidal ideation would be used as an excuse by Lyle to threaten me with police visits and being put away for a while. Huh. That's actually kind of similar, considering that Lyle also did threaten to call the cops on my best friend.
What, Mal?
If I stopped responding to or hang up on Lyle when he was screaming at me, I could have just refused to listen and plead a case for myself if Thomas did this. But at the time, I was freshly out of an abusive relationship and was constantly pushed to regression. I know better now. Lyle, a real father would yell and scream at family. A real father wouldn't use their kids' trauma against them as a means of winning petty arguments. A real father wouldn't threaten to divorce his own wife to keep their kids in check. A real father wouldn't make graphic sexual comments while their age regressing and begging you to stop. Hell, a real father would take months, multiple scoldings, being cut off, and having your entire script reworked just to respect their family's gender. only to keep me, your dear daughter, despite me being neither a woman nor a part of your family.
Hold
Stop
on, hold on,
pretending.
hold on, hold on. You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure Peaches came out as trans after during the Crystal premiere.
Yikes.
So I don't even know why Peaches is bringing that up now, and opposed to have treating her throughout before they came out as trans. But whatever.
Yeah. And I just do want to be clear that I, and then only myself, do not want to condone transphobia, and neither should you.
I
You
don't
got
care.
that? Good. Because the only reason why Peaches, decided to become trans after the Crystal thing is because she wanted to be avoided getting caught. That's why she had Aaron as her OC.
I don't give a fuck about transphobia. I really don't care about the pronoun game shit. Anybody can do whatever the fuck they want. That's their perspective on the situation. Just don't go out your way to harass.
Yeah.
That's
Just
all I'm
don't,
asking.
don't harass. Please and thank you. Stop pretending we're close. Stop pretending you're looking out for me. Stop pretending we're in contact, full stop. You told me many times that the reason you never had real kids, biological or adopted, was because you knew you would abuse them. Well, couldn't I even said it better myself? Because I said it like multiple fucking times that Lio does not even have the spirit to become a father. Let's be real. LioConvoy is not father material. Even though
He's not
shouldn't.
father. Okay, that is worded incorrectly. I'm sorry, you can't just say that. I'll take your word and then just say that fucking Lio has his father's traits and then use that as his parenting guidance skills. Which, to be honest with you, Lio has admitted throughout times that he has been abused by his father and then carried that within his own parenting skills, which one, that will just lead to a case, and two, that might actually lead up to suicide.
Yeah, because like the only reason why Lio did all of this is because like he started watching Thundercats PSAs.
Oh no, he should have just stick with that. I'll be fair here.
Yeah. If you notice, stop beating down on vulnerable victims of sexual abuse and instead get some goddamn help. Also, stop pretending you care about victims of grooming. You found the information of my groomer, and all you did was use my abuse against me. Play it down because it wasn't Joshua Vita, and tell me straight you only desired to make fun of my groomer in a Senate call, not to help report his predatory actions, and you blame me, a victim of his, for his potential other predatory actions? I have deleted everything to be away with you and to finally find myself. Respect that. Do not contact me.
And I'm pretty sure the rest is just basically useless because it covers Amia and shit that I don't fucking care about.
Yeah. So, how's my performance?
It was pretty delightful.
Thank you.
I fucking had to use the British accent there. It was delightful. How do you buy string beans on toast? Alright, I'm pretty sure you are good to go now.
Hmm?
I'm pretty sure you're good to go now if you have anything else to say.
Yeah. There's only one thing I would like to say. I am not the kind of guy who wishes, for Lio's downfall, but I mean, I guess my advice worked since he does, not want to grow back as a channel.
I mean, he is losing subs currently. He lost 200 recently. A huge spike of downfall.
That's impressive.
That is impressive. Because it stuck around to 19.7k and then dropped down to 5 when fucking Lumi and other people left.
Yep. I mean, he should not even probably do damage control if he really cares about reputation all so much.
I mean, to be fair here, even I told him that if he wants other people to be interested with his Gotham reviews, he should put that on top of commentary or calls, which again, I will say, I did set up for failure for him. Because people are making fun of him for that.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see Lio fail once again. It's been better. I mean, coming from me, who is one of the victims of Lio.
Well, bump.
So, now that I'm good to go, I guess I'll leave.
All right, cool. See you, fanboy.
See you. Glad to be here.
Yep. Cool. I'm pretty sure. Who said that? I'm pretty sure that's it. For the time being. I will be covering something else besides Senate at one point, but this is basically concludes the entirety of the Senate as a whole. I'm still gonna be working on my Judgment Day series on Lio. Obviously, I'm gonna call out Lumitro Pizza and LioConvoy for a video that I'm in the process of making. I just need my version of the Senate call being there for me, and I need it for the video, and that's the only thing that I also need too throughout my series. But everything else, expect a video soon on the Judgment Day series. This is going to be similar to Kumo's video on LioConvoy, where the main topic at hand is going to be just me defending myself on the claims that Lio and others have been making. And considering that I already made a commentary on Doodle Tones on the Pedophile Hunter Civil War series, I feel like making a video again just to prove that Doodle Tones is being a meat shield for LioConvoy, just because they want to collide each other and prevent themselves from being bombarded. It's a matter of troll shielding, and I want to call that out. But nonetheless, Lumitro, if you're watching this, get bent. You went out of your way to fucking lie. You made your bed. What else? Oh yeah, says spin. Your gay up was fucking shit. The full recording of that call has been released on my channel. You can go cry about it. Even with you admitting to making a lolicon argument on my channel, it's publicly released. Pizza even has the recording of that if he was to throw you down under the bus. But I don't need to do that. I just have to publish that call publicly. It's on my channel. I unlisted it for a while before I eventually made it public once he denounced Senate. I want your acknowledgement that you fucked up, and I gave you the chance to do that before I drag you in the mud. But nevertheless, I'm pretty sure this concludes the stream. The reason why I want to be involved with this Senate shit is because I want to defend myself on the claims that Lyle and others have been spewing around Twitter and shit, calling me a Sioux-file apologist, a lolicon defender. Just everything in the table that I apparently communicate with bad people, so therefore I'm this individual. Which is the most insane bullshit you can replicate off, considering that even if I were to follow that kind of logic, Lyle will be a Sioux-file lover. LioConvoy will be a role player of Lolicon, FNGR, by the way, that I'm referencing. He will condone fetishizing mental health, which that can kind of relate to Doodle Tones a little bit. I talked to Gilded Poo, which means I'm apparently a Sioux fucker. No, not Sioux fucker, an animal fucker. Get bent, sentence, get bent. Soda can Lumi, get bent. Scale issue, ratio. I don't know. My inner Gen Z is releasing. But that concludes the stream. If anybody wants to hop onto the StreamYards, feel free to do so now. I just released the link on the chat. And that's why I want to work on that. Since you don't even have to join the Discord server to be in a call-in. But if anybody wants to have a discussion about the Senate, now's the time. Sorry. Well, that is going on. I might as well just check out what's happening in Endless server. Do-ba-do-ba-do. Do-ba-do-da-do-do. Do-ba-do-da-do. Waiting for people. Don't get sick. Oh my god. I don't know who you are, but saw you were streaming about the recent stuff. Just FYI, because though I released a video just now with same important information. Oh shit! Thank you, Jibs, for coming in the chat. Thank you for clarifying on that. I might check it out actually. Good to know that you caught on to my stream. Thank you for clarifying on that. Let me look it up real quick. If you can link in the chat too, that'll be amazing actually. Go to channel. Oh, is it a Crystal's channel actually? Hold on. Crystal Flame. Okay. All right. Let me download that into the. I found the video, by the way, for those who are wondering. Let me download the video through just to showcase your side of it. I'm glad I didn't cover the call because I don't want to disconstrue anything within that call, considering that Peaches pretty much also did the same thing. Holy fuck, 9 notifications? Oh. Damn. Sorry. I just got a bunch of notifications on Twitter. Let me open up the video real quick. Much appreciated. Yeah, that call was leaked without my permission. I had to find out while in class. Few people sending it to me. Yeah. You're fine, Jibs. I did. Kumo actually talked to me, pre-meditating throughout the call. I don't think Kumo was being vague. Not was being vague. He was actually being vague. Throughout why you were upset, and I figured that it was because Peaches happened to leak the call with you and Lio. But Kimbo worded it as like you being upset with me or whatever the fuck, which I didn't do anything to be fair here, but that was probably because I participated throughout that event where Peaches happened to show the call, as well as Bloomy. But thank you for giving me the opportunity, not opportunity, but thank you for having some kind of acknowledgement to feed me throughout this scenario. I do appreciate that. Yeah, no, I don't know you all. I just requested that people hold off from uncovering the topic so I can make my own statements. That's good. Well, I'll be presenting that right now. Give me a second here. Present video file. There we go.
Video saying that I shouldn't have had to even make this video, as Hopeless Peaches, Lumi, and Cosmic had.
Oh, hey, am I late? We're kind of just getting started, but I did cover pretty much the Peaches document as well as Will Be Tro's document throughout the times where I just kind of just covered what previous events occurred, as well as other screenshots that haven't been covered. But we're watching Gyps's testimony and response to LioConvoy and the call that is being presented through Wilbito's call that was leaked into documents that he made.
Absolutely no right bringing this to the forefront. It completely disgusts me in every single way that they felt that they had the right to do such thing. This video is going to be very quick, but it is absolutely necessary. A friend of mine, known as Jibs, has had their story talked about and exposed without their permission as a gotcha against Lio. They had their story weaponized. This has been done by Hopeless Peaches.
That's fine. 404. You can leave if you need to.
Lumi and Cosmic. In this video, there's a few things that Jibs would like to make clear, and I would like to provide some context before handing the stage over to them. For context, Jibs confessed to Queen Seraphina that they were still in contact with their groomer and handed over a person's Discord tag to them. Jibs, to this day, heavily regrets this in every single way. Now, as many CSA survivors would understand, it's hard to make that disconnection from your groomer. As you may know, this is the effect that grooming has on people. Groomers will make you reliant on them, making you feel that you're nothing without them.
Yeah, we kind of understand that. No worries. But ready to read Jib's comments. I was shocked at them tracking me in. I was paranoid for all of this that I would have been caught up, but then I expected to be done by Peaches, considering we have never really interacted. I don't think it was Peaches. I think it was Lumi who leaked the call. Yeah, that's all I can really bring up to that, to be honest. I think it was Lumi Tro who leaked the call, but nonetheless, yeah, just want to make sure.
This is easy to understand if you yourself are a victim of grooming. Lio and everyone else within this call did not give Jibs this.
It should have been leaked to begin with. I agree, because it could be wordly anything that has been contradicted throughout the Senate and then weaponized without any sort of communication with the victim. All Lumi and Cosmic and Aaron posted it and discussed it in their documents. Yeah. I don't think Cosmic actually no, they did actually, never mind. Backtracking on that. They all basically posted the call to weaponize against LioConvoy without talking to anybody first about beforehand. Which is a common thing put upon and which that's probably why Cosmic even deleted. Yeah, as they said, Cosmic deleted the document that was made, but I didn't have to do much considering that it was a massive future signal on your behalf, and I didn't like to cover a good extent of that, especially with Hopeless Peaches having to speak for you. Which I really try my best not to, as well. But Peaches just goes on and on about it, which I don't have a place to talk about that. Cosmic claims that they didn't know that Lumi and Aaron did not give my permission. Either way, every single one of them should have been in contact with me about it if they wanted to discuss it. Yeah, I agree. It's just a lack of communication is all. And which everybody could be at fault with that. But you do deserve better.
Understanding at the time. When this was told to Queen Seraphina, Jibs was brought into a call with Lio, Queen Seraphina, Hopeless Peaches, and many other Senate mods. In this call, Jibs was verbally abused, victim blamed, victim shamed. It was presented with footnotes from Lumi, Hopeless Peaches, and Cosmic. They got information wrong, misconstrued a lot of facts, and outright added allegations which are not true. They also dragged and presented personal information about Jib's family which isn't true in any degree. They had absolutely no right to release this video.
I would like to preface this with the fact that I was never reached out to by any of the people who released this information.
Also, off topic, sorry, but I do like your pick, Sona. There are not really a lot of pigs in the furry community. I'm sorry for derailing that, but kind of like it.
This was done without my consent, and if I had been reached out to, I would have said no, as many people who I have spoken with about this topic are aware of. Also,
No
my
problem.
pronouns currently are he, they, and my pronouns at the time of this call were they, them. She, her is used in this call to refer to me, which is not correct, but was also not malicious or intentional. And due to that fact, I'm not okay.
They're originally based on Dead by Daylight. Interesting.
With people using this to claim transphobia. On top of that, before we dive into this call, I would like to provide some much needed context. What happened was that I had kept contact with Vita secretly, and during this time, Vita requested that I give him the Discord information of an individual who was a minor at the time, so that they could chat, and I gave it to him. I do not stand by my actions from then, And I think that is clear in the fact that I had confessed all of this rather than keeping it hidden. And I did take actions after what I did to have contact between this individual and Vita cut off. Once I confessed to this in a DM with Queen Seraphina, I was told there would be a call. This was that call.
Okay, so a year and a half ago, when Vita came to us,
Oh my god, that's loud. I'm sorry.
saying that Vita was talking to her.
There we go.
That's what we're talking about, right?
I believe so, yes.
Can you please sit closer to your mic?
I'm sorry. I'm like right next to my mic.
Is there something wrong with my connection? If you can, if
Yeah.
not, raise your voice.
Yeah, I turned up my input a bit, if that helps.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I just got a new mic. So.
how did you get all these logs?
I had an alt account I used back then to speak with Vita.
So a year and a half ago, you were still speaking with Vita.
Yes.
Why?
I think I didn't want to do the work to have to cut him off. I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Even though we had
I
a very
guess-
long call with you and Sarah about it, you still kept talking to him even after that.
Yes.
Even after we told you if we found out you were doing it again, we'd have to contact your family.
Yes.
You want to explain to me exactly what is so valuable about Vita that was important to do?
Chips, I don't know if you're watching this right now, but I do actually have a question. What was when you first contacted Vita, and if you don't want to answer that, that's fine. I just want to ask for clarification.
I'm not exactly sure now.
There you are. There you are. There's no way you didn't weigh this. I'm sorry, but there's no way. No way. Because you know that your family's garbage. You know they'd probably hurt you if this happened. So you had a thought process, and I'm not going to sit here and allow you to lie to me. I already allowed that enough plenty, apparently. You're going to tell me the reason.
Within the call, there was a common tactic used where LioConvoy would provoke the idea of contacting my family as a looming threat throughout the whole time when he was dealing with my case. The idea was that if I stepped out of line by contacting Vita, my parents would be contacted and told about it. While I understand the sentiment behind this, he knew I had a complicated relationship with my parents. He knew that things at home were difficult at the time for me, and that did not stop him from claiming he would contact them. So the fact that he was willing to potentially put me at risk scared me at the time. To add on to this, there was a claim made within the video where they said that my parents were physically abusive to me. This isn't true. I suffered from emotional abuse and medical neglect, but not physical abuse. Again, Lio was fully aware of this at the time as well.
And that's pretty common, actually, throughout being a victim of something. Though, and you know what? I'll hold my tongue on that. Yes, Sage? But otherwise, I do want to say real quick. Yes, I know the fanboy twink is in Senate. I know that. But Chibs, you don't have to answer this either. But I'm sorry. I'm just very curious if it's personal or not. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything.
Did you like the attention? Is that what is it? Like the validation he gave you?
That was probably it, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure you'll answer that
How old were
question
you when that happened?
eventually.
17.
You were still a minor.
Yes.
When did you actually cut him off?
A common theme with my experience is that any time I would relapse to my abuser at the time, Vita, it was held against me. They accused me of only doing this for attention and that I had malicious intentions, when I wasn't and didn't. I acknowledge that this was a betrayal of trust, and for that I repeatedly apologized. but to frame it as anything more than a victim relapsing into old behaviors is untrue. I was
Okay, that did answer my question. Thank you. That did actually answer my question.
trying to escape, but as a victim of abuse, it's so hard to break that cycle. It's something you need to rip apart bit by bit, and it's not going to go perfectly the first time, or even the second. A groomer is like a parasite. They build up your trust, isolate you from everyone else, and force you to be reliant on them so that you'll never leave. It's such a horrible cycle that's very hard to escape. A key difference I did notice, and the fear that I had with this information coming to light, though, was the reason behind the fear was different per person. With Queen Seraphina, I was scared of her being disappointed in me for not being honest with her. But with Lio, I was scared of my parents being called. I was scared of him shouting, berating, and shaming me. And my fear was repeatedly justified as everything other than my parents being called happened.
That's consistent with Lyle's behavior. He wants to feel authority within the call. And to ask real quick, Chips, if you're still watching this, when was this call, actually? Because I heard from different sources that it was from February 28th in 2023, as opposed to what happened in it happened in 2021. So I do want to question that if you're still around.
I believe it was a day or so before I turned 18.
What was the final straw?
I don't remember exactly.
I'm not buying that. Not today. You've lied to me plenty of times. You sat there and thrown my trust in the garbage, so you're going to give me a doggone answer. I am not going to accept I don't know and I don't remember. I am not stupid, and you will not treat me like I am. Answer.
I know, I am just genuinely trying to remember some pieces of it. I tried to
Why don't you go to the logs and figure it out, since you clearly have them?
The logs on my alt account only go for so long because then it was no longer on Discord, it was on iMessage, and I had completely deleted everything off of iMessage, and it's been over 40 days, so I cannot recover those.
So you can't remember why you cut off this child predator? Can't for the life of you remember.
I don't remember what the exact last straw was or exactly why I did it, the exact day I did.
When did you turn 18?
March 1st, last year.
Of last year?
Yes.
So from your 17th to your 18th, you were still talking to this guy, sitting in this server, knowing full well you shouldn't have been doing it.
Yes.
Why'd you bring this up today?
The reason I struggled to answer the question within the call is that there wasn't a particular defining event that I could pinpoint. The most I could do, now that I've reflected on things, is draw parallels to when I turned 18, as that was symbolic for me. I wanted to turn over a new leaf, start anew, and be better. So, being asked this question felt unfair because I couldn't give a specific answer at the time, given the pressure, the shame I felt, and the fear I had. It makes sense why I couldn't find the right words in that moment, especially with all the eyes watching me and expecting a quick, clear answer. I would like to say that
Yeah,
most
that's
of the people
normal.
here have apologized to me for how they conducted themselves within the extended version of the call. There's some cut content within this call, and I will be attempting to find it as I plan to make another reply, hopefully down the line. However, there's a list of people such as Busy Robot Hands, Queen Seraphina, Baiji, as well as some who weren't even present for the call like Drunkle and Monstrous, who I don't think should be dragged into this. These people have not only apologized in the past, but have also repeatedly been there to support and check in on me over time.
Feeling really awful about it for a while, and after watching the community stuff, Vita was mentioned, and
Yes, he was. You never did file a report against him, did you?
I started one, and then I checked.
That's a yes or a no question. That is not an S.
Okay, that is a yes question. They wordily just said yes. He wordily just said yes. Lio, quit your fucking semantic bullshit. Good God. Frankly, with all this stuff coming out, it's made me realize that Lyle has a specialty of releasing his anger and erotic at the wrong people, in my opinion. Hold on. yes, but usually does break the thing. But here's no. You can still do something, but it will not proceed to work. Because Lyle did ask if they actually file a report or not, and they say yes, but that could be interpreted as anything. Like the cops didn't do anything about it. Oh, you're just saying it, Chandler. Okay.
You never did file a report against him, did you?
I started one and then I changed.
That's a yes or a no question. That is not an essay question.
No, I had spoken with
No.
some people, but
With some people. Who are some people?
I believe it was a deputy or a sheriff in his
No, the Senate was not deleted. Sorry.
area.
And what did they tell you?
I believe they told me to keep contact with them and that we were going to do another call to go over everything, but I never did that.
For this section of the call, I want to clarify that I was in the process of attempting to file a police report against Vita. However, after the first call from my initial report, I panicked out of fear of my parents finding out, and out of stress of having to recount and present the trauma that I went through to the police, leading to me not following through with this report. After this call, I chose to reach out again to file a full report to the police, and this time I went through with it completely.
The area code lines up.
Preying on another child. You're facilitating it. Then you hide it from us. So not only have you hidden your interactions with Vita, you hide the fact that he's preying on yet another child. Why?
I feel like this comment from Lio is incredibly unnecessary. I understand the risk I put the person in, and that them being groomed by Vita is something that could have happened due to my actions, and I still deeply regret it. However, they
Hold
were
on.
never groomed.
No, hold on. Let's find that back. Hold on.
I feel like this comment from Lio is incredibly unnecessary. I understand the risk I put the person in, and that them being groomed by Vita is something that could have happened due to my actions.
Okay, I'll let you finish what you're saying, but if you don't say it, I will cover for you.
And I still deeply regret it. However, they were never groomed, abused, or anything along those lines by Vita. The two simply played video games together and chatted. So it's really, really distressing that Lio would ever simply imply that I would try to put someone in the same position I'm in. It's not fair for him to say or do this, especially when it is not what happened.
Okay, yeah, no, you didn't point out. Well, thought I was going to be pointed out, but I'll just say real quick, there's not a lot you could do, and it doesn't mean you're in fault for anything. Because as time goes by, you cannot predict the future of what FIDA has been done doing to other people. Because people can take their leaf and go into a different community and then change their identity as a whole, which is very common upon the pedo hunting spear. And some of those people don't really take a grudge on that. And I don't think it's anybody's fault whether they did file a police report or not, just for the corresponding response of your trauma being affected to that. Which again, nobody can predict the future. And I don't think it's your fault for not reporting FIDA if your only response from you not filing one is due to the impact, which is very common amongst victims. And as someone who has done predator hunting for a bit of a while, I have people doing that with me to my my predator hunting back in the day, and those same people can be very much compared to the trauma being affected towards them and not following police report because they're scared of the impact that it serves towards them and how the predator can potentially get away with it things. So I don't think it's your fault, Chibs. If you're going to clarify on that, I'll let you continue talking, but you did kind of miss the point. Never mind.
Don't tell me you don't know. If you say that, I'm going to genuinely lose my mind on you.
I did not want to deal with the repercussions of my actions back then.
You didn't mind doing it. You just didn't want the consequences.
Yeah, Lyle does
So you're
not
talking to
understand
a
how
guy who
these
likes to
things
put his hands
go.
or wants to put his hands on children, slips into their DMs. I'm such a lesbian, I wouldn't like a guy.
This was and is a very distressing point that was repeatedly made during my time in Senate and DMs with Lio. It also really shows that, despite having handled several grooming cases and communicating with the victims, Lio does not seem to fully understand how grooming works and what it does to a person. Lio equated me being groomed and taken advantage of by a man to me being attracted to men and thus being straight, invalidating my identity as a lesbian at the time. There's a big difference between being groomed and an actual genuine attraction to someone and building a relationship. Lio and others in the Senate would invalidate that and say that I'm straight now because of my grooming, which is so distressing and disheartening even now looking back on it, that they would both invalidate my sexuality and try to equate my grooming to an actual relationship.
But you still have him in your life. Even after we tell you explicitly that that is unacceptable. After you thank us for getting you away from him, but you didn't actually get away from him. You just lied to everybody who cared enough to try to help you. And I swear to God, if the rest of you sit quiet this entire call, I'm going to remove every single one of you from staff. You people better start opening your mouths instead of leaving it to me every single time! I'm sick of it! Every time we're doing something like this, every single time we have to handle this, I'm the only one doing it! Knock it off! If you don't want to handle stuff like this, leave!
I would like to raise the point that I did inform Lio and everyone else that people shouting at and around me is a significant trigger for me. It not only impacts me emotionally by increasing my anxiety, but also affects me on a physical level as I have POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome.
But this also, it can also relate to the spectrum when you are also pretty much sensitive to loud noises. Because I do have an individual with me in my life that is sensitive to that in general, especially with yelling. And Genji is also related to that, which is one of my former mods of the YouTube channel. But let's continue.
When people shout around me, it can cause my heart rate to spike, which can lead to me experiencing heart attack-like symptoms and even passing out. Despite this, for a warning, Lio shouted around me throughout this call. Another thing to note is that this call, in the context of all the other calls I was the center of, was quite tame, as surprising as that might sound. The behavior, specifically that of yelling, and other calls that I was a part of was a lot worse than this one, and again, there's no excuse for it.
Oh, I have stuff to say later, but no.
Really, you gave him another person. Hello?
I don't know why I did. I genuinely don't.
You don't know.
I
You don't know.
can't
Find.
No, you do know. You just don't want to say it. Again,
What kind
none
of
us
okay?
are
What
shaming
kind
you for
of
any-
what kind of deflection is that? What? You just don't want to? What are you just taking away their card of being a victim? Missy, I know that's you speaking, by the way. Missy Trip. I know that's you speaking in that call. Do better.
anything. The truth, right now, is as good as any.
You can't just float around in life going, oh, I don't know why I did this. I don't know why I did that. Jibs, stop it.
One point I would like to add here is that even with my story being dragged out, with the preface that is going to be censored, they failed to do even that. As you can hear, my name is mentioned here. So firstly, they took my story without consent. Secondly, they had no permission from me to do such a thing. If they had ever asked, I would have outright denied them because I didn't want this to be out there. And thirdly, they didn't even censor it correctly. They failed in every single aspect. Something that I would also like to add is that I would like it if my statements and experiences were separated from Peach's, Lumi's, and Cosmic's experiences as much as possible. Not only did I not approve of them sharing what I went through, but I did not and would never have approved of them using it in order to prove their own point, since they lacked evidence for some of their personal claims and saw my call as the next best thing.
Not only that, it will also deflect from your initial perspective on the situation too, just to add it in a grudge on Lio. Just because you want to align your own experiences and perspective to the situation and then tie that in a loophole to yours. Which is why I only let other people speak for themselves rather than defend people, which I can pretty much be a hypocrite for that, considering that I have defended people, but that is only because they are easily vulnerable throughout the situation and they cannot defend themselves. But let's continue.
Also, Lio did indeed apologize to me for this call. Emphasis on this call, and only this call, but only after he was told to do so by Peaches. As of now, the only message I have received from Lio reads, "I'm sorry you got used as a cousin against me. Genuinely."
The more you just don't say it, it's gonna get worse for you. If you just come out about it right now, it'll be
Like,
a lot better for you.
There is a saying, the truth will set you free. It's gonna set you free right now if you just come out about it. Really.
I genuinely don't know why I gave him.
No, I'm not gonna take that. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna take that answer.
Did you just want Raven to feel like how you did?
No, that's definitely not it. I'm pretty sure he just asked me for it, and I just.
And you just gave her up to him.
But why? Why did you give them the
You don't do
information?
things without thinking. You had a motive.
Yeah.
Did he threaten you or something? Is that what it was?
I genuinely don't remember.
Yes, you do.
Oh my god.
Just say it.
I want to know what exactly it is about being a
Yes,
transphobe.
because I can pseudo
You apparently don't have a feeling
perpetually
enough
read
to
your mind.
Just trample over everybody who cares about you. So tell me, what about him is worth it? I want to know. Tell me. Do you want me to yell at you like I just did the rest of my staff?
No.
I recommend you stop hushing and you start talking. I am so 100% done with this level of callous stupidity. I am 100% done with it. I have been as patient as humanly possible with
Callous? Lio. You're the last person to speak anything about being callous to other people's mental health.
literally everyone concerning all their nonsense. And you are sitting here right now wearing that 100% thin. Start talking. You can talk to a person who wants to dick down little girls. You better start talking to me.
Another point I want to make is that during the time when Lio was proposing the idea of helping me, and I do agree that he has helped me, he did help me with my recovery process against my abuser. Behind closed doors, he used very sexually explicit language to describe me and how my abuser saw me. One of the prime examples, which I don't have proof for as of yet, due to it being a private call, but I will be going through and trying to get my hands on all of the archived calls, is that he would say that I'm just a human fleshlight to Vita. I don't know how anyone would ever be able to say that to a human being, let alone a victim of grooming. Another point I want to make regarding handing over this Discord user's name to my abuser is that I tried my best to break off all communications between them. Again, I deeply regret what I did. I was struggling at the time and I wanted to make amends for my mistake, which I did in the end, even if it ended up in the actions in this call.
He gave me attention and the validation that I wanted back then. I did not. Every time I would try to cut him off, I would just feel like shit for a while, and I didn't want to have to deal with that.
But now you magically can't remember why. Could it be because he was more interested?
No, because I remember there was a point in which he had sent me messages of him talking to me, and I told you guys that I suspected that was talking to him because of behaviors. And then that cold call happened.
You lied to all of us.
Yes.
Did
I even had a call with you right after. I even had a call with you right after that. Like, we had, well, in the middle of that one, I asked, is there literally anything you could tell us? And then we got into a private call afterwards where I asked you again, and you just didn't tell me. You didn't fucking tell me.
Did imply that she wanted to be with Vita or something?
No. Raven just was in the logs was just continuously wanting to be friends with Vita and play video games with him.
Why?
I don't know why.
And you didn't discourage it. You didn't say, "Ew, gross, he's a pedophile."
I hadn't directly told me she'd been talking with Vita. I only know because I had screenshots from Vita, and I messaged her saying, "Hey, if you are talking to Vita, you shouldn't be." And I hope you tell me about something like that. I sent those screenshots to Sarah.
You're still in contact.
Yeah, Lyle has all of them. I gave them all to him.
Oh my. I'm sorry. I'm quiet because I'm trying to think about what I'm gonna say next without.
Because my thing here is that regardless of like the context of what you tell us, regardless, you didn't inform any of us about it. You just let it happen. You let it happen.
You sit on it for a year and a half.
It's unacceptable.
Are you still in contact with her?
Of her added, but we haven't talked in a while.
That is not what I just asked you. I'm sorry. At what point did I say that I needed the specific details of everything? I just asked if you're still in contact. That's a yes or no.
The questions Lio asked me were not simple yes or no questions. There are no straightforward answers because this situation is complicated. There are going to be nuances which are simple to understand, honestly. For Lio to reduce
there's a
such
huge
complex
nuance
situation and shout at me because I
within this
didn't
call.
give the answers he wanted to hear just isn't okay.
Yes.
Message her.
That's $1 million question. God damn it.
And you get her in this server. Because if you don't, in the next hour, I will find her again and I will call her parents. On this call. Live.
Can I have an invite to the server?
Sarah?
I can get it.
So you're telling all of this now because you just feel bad because of all the stuff that went down with Coyote?
The stuff that
Oh,
went down with
shit!
Coyote, because Vita was brought up, just reminded me of a lot of things.
Hold on. Did this happen right after Coyote Lovely got called out? Did this call in particular happen when Coyote Lovely got called out? Was this before or after, Jibs, if you're watching this?
Because I hadn't had my mind on it for a while.
It must be really nice to just be reminded of it because it hasn't been on your mind. Whereas I, right down the hallway, am dealing with somebody who is still affected by his actions. It must be really freaking nice. It must be nice and cozy in your college dorm. Living a pretty happy life, all things considered, after you throw another child to a predator and keep talking to him because I guess you just really like that 2-inch erect dick.
This is one of the points that is truly
Actually,
devastating, and that
yeah.
unfortunately was brought up multiple times outside of this call. That he thinks that I've gone over my abuser when I haven't, and uses Jordan's grooming to diminish mine. You can't get over your abuser that quickly. It has impacted me and still impacts me every day.
Lyle did use Jordan as a prop throughout the rabbit call as well. So this is another pattern of consistent behavior that LioConvoy will use Jordan as a pedestal for his accomplishments, but in reality, he didn't barely do shit other than to give Jordan the roof over his head.
The fact that someone who claims to care for victims is able to so arrogantly assume that this isn't hurting me just because I've moved into a dorm by myself, even though it is very disgusting. It felt like any time I needed to talk about my abuser or anything along those lines, I was mocked. It was reduced to a joke when I needed to talk about it, to process it. What I was trying to say here was that the Coyote Lovely situation made me realize I needed to come clean about my actions rather than hide it until it inevitably is discovered.
This is disgusting.
I do have one
So it was after.
Are you still in contact with Vita by chance?
No.
I can't believe you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
I
you knew
can't.
better.
No reason to believe me. I understand.
Correct.
You lied to my face. Tell me, what's the one rule I have with everybody?
Do not lie, do you?
There you do it. Trampling over.
Oh, Lio, but you will lie about me. Me. That other Senate members. I'm sorry for taking over, Jess, but I had to say this real quick. He will lie about me with another Senate member, and they were complicit into working for Lio just to lie about me. And the member apologized to me for that. A fellow member apologized to me for that. I won't name names, but yeah. Sorry for taking over, but I had to say that.
Literally everybody's work. So while Sarah was working on that video to expose Vita further, you were talking to him and getting all sorts of validation. How many times did you guys ERP after that? I'm curious. Tell me. How many more voice messages did he send you talking about how he wants to lick your body? Tell me. I want to know. You're over 18 now. It shouldn't be a problem. Come on.
Okay, this was still a minor, so can you not ask those questions?
She's 18 now, and that's or
Yeah,
they're
she's
18 now, and that's
18.
why I'm so doggone pissed.
They're 18 now. Can you not ask those questions, please?
Lastly, I had my reasons for wanting to keep all of this private. One being due to fear of backlash from Lio and Senate, another being wanting to avoid stress and focus on my studies, and the main one is that I honestly wanted and have been trying to move on from everything that occurred in and before Senate. I'm not proud of my actions during that time, and I'm also not happy with the amount of things I let slide due to my distaste for conflict or how I was treated. Another thing is that while I appreciate any apologies that I've been receiving now, it's hard for me to accept them, since they don't feel genuine considering so much time has passed since these events. Time which all these people could have used, and some people have used, to apologize to me previously. Not just for this call, but for the overall treatment I received while in Senate. I do think aspects of Senate and those in it helped, and I'm grateful for that, and for the times in which I was offered comfort. But that does not excuse or make up for the ways that I was repeatedly mistreated in that server.
And that's the video. I'm glad you kind of gave your testimony for that, Jibs. Because not even till now, apparently, LioConvoy is public within the server. And what I mean by that is, hold on, let me showcase this real quick. Lio is actually talking about it now for with the chess call. And people in the discussions tab are talking about it. As you can see right now, in the Jibs call, you repeatedly yell at Jibs for not going back to their abuser and blame them for Vita getting their hands on another victim, completely ignoring how abused people often do return to their abusers because they have been manipulative. You do this multiple times throughout the call and allocate an 18-year-old with a gold adult. I don't care what the law says. 18 is still a teenager. There was also doing the Rosso call, but that's been talked about enough, and I'm sure you already know what was wrong there. Yeah, I don't like the Jibs call either. Just gotta have to be honest. I don't like it either. Nor do I. It was handled really poorly, in my opinion. I understand being stressed, but holy fuck, I don't think Lyle was being stressed at all. He was being radical throughout his saying throughout the call. I don't think he was doing anything productive for that call. Actually, if I'm gonna be really honest here. Sage, you can DM me. It's my DMs are opened. However, but Lyle says down below, that's not a repeated pattern. It absolutely is a repeated pattern. Absolutely fucking is. It's absolutely a repeated pattern, dude. The Rosa call, my call, even fucking Kumo's call is a repeated pattern of this shit. 3 times is a pattern. You extended that to 10 different fucking calls that I can name on the top of my head. Fucking Cosmic, me, Kumo, Rosa. Yeah, 1 is a accident, 2 is a coincidence, 3 or more is a pattern of behavior. I agree. And 4th is just, I don't know what this point. Good God. It is a repeated pattern. Oh my God. Oh, do you want the first GF list? Hold on. Let me get that real quick. Here we go. All right. Repeated behavior patterns are a yikes if it's harmful. Well, no shit. But if Chips is watching this, shoutouts to you for making this video. It's a great perspective to what's going on, with the call in general, and you pretty much answered most of my questions without even me having to question them to begin with, and I do appreciate you covering that. But again, as I was ending the stream an hour ago, besides Chips popping in because I was surprised, anybody can join the StreamYards link that I just posted. If anybody wants to join, go for it. I'll give you guys the time to be up hoping for discussion or such. But I do need to leave eventually soon, maybe on one point before I go on my way to do whatever I need to do. Oh my God, I forgot to post the stream for Endless Server. Not the stream, but wait, is Endless streaming right now? Hold on. Endless not streaming now. Okay. That's just an old page. Never mind. Might as well go to self promo. Yeah. Okay. And I'm pretty sure nobody's going to be watching, so I might as well just end the stream. So thank you guys for tuning in. I already posted the link to the StreamYard thing 2 hours ago. I'll see you guys next time.